Indian and Chinese holidaymakers can now travel without a tourist visa to Malaysia. Parents urged to monitor children's internet and smartphone usage. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohanapriya. Welcome to News on 2. Beginning January next year, tourists from China and India will be able to visit Malaysia without needing to apply for a tourist visa beforehand. The exemption is valid for the entire year until December 2020.
This is after the government gazetted 2 orders granting a 15-day visa exemption for tourists from China and India for 1st of January to 31st of December next year in conjunction with Visit Malaysia 2020. The gazette signed by Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad dated 26th of December stated that the tourists must be registered through an electronic travel registration and information system. Once registered, the tourists must travel to Malaysia within 3 months. The online travel document must also be used within 3 months of application registration done, and the traveller is only limited to a 15-day travel period and is not allowed to extend his stay. Upon arrival in Malaysia, tourists have to present evidence that they have sufficient cash, a credit card or bank card, as well as produce their itinerary in Malaysia. They will then be allowed to re-register to enter Malaysia after 45 days from the date they leave Malaysia.
Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail says the country's economy has expanded by 4.6% as of September this year. She also said that the growth was achieved without a sudden increase in the prices of goods and services.
Ini amat penting bagi memastikan supaya kuasa membeli rakyat tidak terjejas dalam usaha mengembangkan ekonomi negara. Setakat bulan Oktober tahun ini, inflasi berada pada tahap yang rendah dengan kenaikan indeks harga pengguna AHP kita hanya pada tahap 1.1% berbanding Oktober 2018. Bagi 10 bulan pertama tahun ini, purata inflasi hanyalah pada kadar 0.6% berbanding 10 bulan pertama tahun lepas.
For the record, the CPI for the January to October 2017 period registered an increase of 4.0% compared with the same period in 2016. Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah said this was clearly a manifestation of the government that is capable of managing and administering the economy successfully. She described this year as very challenging for the world economy, such that the International Monetary Fund in its World Economic Outlook report had several times since January last year revised its projection for the global economic growth to a lower rate.
On another note, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah called on parents to take an interest in terms such as sexting and cyber sex grooming, which are serious social ills that could happen to their children with uncontrolled internet and smartphone usage. The Deputy Premier said even though there are benefits from accessing the internet, there are also negative effects if its usage is not supervised.
Elaborating further, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah said the government had also implemented various programs, including the Children and Family Safety Awareness Program, in which parents are provided with knowledge on the ways to protect their children from cyberbullying, sexting and online children grooming. Through the program, which had been held for 335 times since it was launched in 2017, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah, who is also Women, Family and Community Development Minister, said 11,282 participants nationwide had benefited from the program as at 12th of December. She also said the government has also launched the Safe Touch and Bad Touch Sex Education Video and the Family Reject Pornography or Stop campaign, apart from implementing Reproductive and Social Health Education or PERKERTI module, which is a key component of the Sexual and Health Reproductive Education program.
Economic Affairs Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin Ali is of the view that there should be no problem for ministers and politicians' allowances to be slashed to support the government efforts to better manage the country's spending. He said it was important for the country's finances to be managed wisely without leakage, abuse of power and corruption, while also managing the development better and benefiting the people.
Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin said the previous administration's actions that failed to spend wisely due to corruption and abuse of power left a bitter experience for the current government, which had an impact on the economy as well as the people. The minister was commenting on the proposal by the Youth and Sports Minister, Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman, for the government to cut the allowance of politicians and ministers, following the controversial decision to cut the Critical Service Incentive Payment or BIPK for new doctors, nurses, engineers and other professionals joining the civil service beginning 1st of January next year. The Public Service Department or PSD in a circular dated 20 of December stated that the BIPK for civil servants in 33 critical services scheme would be abolished for the new appointments from January next year. However, Syed Saddiq said Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad had agreed to postpone the abolition of the BIPK, and the decision would be made only after a discussion with the Cabinet at the first meeting in January.
The Putrajaya Light and Motion Festival, or Lampoon 2019, has returned for the 7th year, this time highlighting the ethnic and cultural diversity in Malaysia. Federal Territories Minister Khalid Abdul Samad said with the theme Beautiful Malaysia, the festival, which ran from last night until 31st December, is aimed at promoting this diversity as part of the country's identity.
Commenting further on the matter, Khalid said in addition to the projection mapping presentation on the facade of the Palace of Justice, the event would also feature several new attractions, including Planetarium 360. He said the dome-shaped structure, which is 10 meters high with a 20 meters radius, features a unique 360-degree visual experience with impressive sound effects. Khalid said other attractions include Laman Kampung Melayu, Chinatown Street, Little India Street, live street music, wayang kulit, wayang pacak, fire eating presentations and children's activities. On New Year's Eve, the Putrajaya Square will be lit up with live and digital fireworks displays. Meanwhile, Putrajaya Corporation PPJ President Datuk Dr. Aminuddin Hasim said up to 1.5 million visitors were expected at the 4-night festival. For the convenience of visitors, PPJ is providing tents for shelter and a free shuttle bus service from Putrajaya Central to the festival site.
And that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. In our top story today, Indian and Chinese holidaymakers can now travel without a tourist visa to Malaysia. Join us again at 7 p.m. for more updates on the latest happenings from around the world. I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.